Stunning testimony today about the behavior of former President Donald Trump on the day of the Capitol insurrection. A former White House aide appeared at a last-minute hearing of the House committee investigating the attack. She shared closed-door, intimate conversations that took place.
Now here's NBC's Bree Jackson with the shocking new testimony that the former president wanted possibly armed protesters at his rally.
A mystery witness unveiled during an 11th hour hearing. The committee investigating the January 6 attack keeping her identity under wraps out of safety concerns.
But thanks to the courage of certain individuals, the truth won't be buried.
Cassidy Hutchinson is the first former White House employee to testify publicly. She was a top aide to former President Trump's then Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows. She says he issued this early warning in the days before rioters stormed the Capitol.
There's a lot going on, Cass, but I don't know. Things might get real bad on January 6th.
Her testimony providing information about closed-door White House conversations in the critical hours leading up to the insurrection.
Where I remember Tony mentioning knives, guns in the form of pistols and rifles, bear spray, body armor, spears, and flagpoles.
Hutchinson testifying that the president and his inner circle were notified of potential violence and did not act.
I overheard the president say something to the effect of, I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away.
The panel making the case that Hutchinson is a loyal Republican concerned about damage to American democracy.
It was unpatriotic. It was un-American. We were watching the Capitol building get defaced over a lie.
A lie based on former President Trump's false claims that he won the election and used it to urge his supporters to help him stay in power. In Washington, Bree Jackson for NBC News.
The committee will now go on a 2-week break for the 4th of July holiday and will pick up the hearings again July 11th. Those hearings and those meetings are expected to cover efforts by extremist groups to organize the Capitol attack.
Today is primary day here in Colorado. All ballots are due back this evening. Remember, the polls close in less than 3 hours now, right at 7 o'clock. There are 2 major statewide races this year, for senator and for governor. As far as the gubernatorial race, incumbent Governor Jared Polis running unopposed on the Democratic side, whereas CU Regent Heidi Ganahl and former Mayor of Parker Greg Lopez face off in the primary on the Republican side. Then to the race for the U.S. Senate seat, State Representative Ron Hanks and Joe O'Dea are facing off tonight for the spot on the Republican ticket. The winner would then challenge the Democratic incumbent Senator Michael Bennet. Remember, the ballots do need to be in by 7 p.m. We have a voter's guide on our website with everything you might still need to know. There is an interactive tool so you can track results yourself. Just text the word election to 303-871-1491. We'll send you a link. We'll also, of course, have live updates throughout the night, 9 News and 9news.com.
Firefighters are just now leaving the scene of a large trash fire in Inglewood, nearly 24 hours after that fire broke out.
Well, 9 News reporter Matt Jablow was out there today, joins us now. And Matt, that smoke could be seen for miles.
Seen and smelled, Tom, and as you can imagine, given that it was a trash fire, it was not a pleasant smell. The fire started around 5:30 yesterday afternoon at the sprawling waste management facility near Union Avenue between Federal and Santa Fe. The Denver Fire Department said the fire affected power lines, which complicated efforts to knock down the blaze. DFD said 2 structures burned, and paramedics treated 1 worker at the scene. Fortunately, there were no other reported injuries. Pulmonologists at National Jewish Health here in Denver said smoke from the fire could have an effect on people who inhale it, especially people with chronic lung conditions.
Folks with asthma most certainly will have issues, and even with mild fires, and we've actually seen that historically last year with all of the wildfires as well. So they'll probably experience some chest tightness, wheezing potentially, depending on how severe their asthma is, cough, and if they have underlying vocal cord dysfunction, that could also cause some issues with that.
At one point, there were as many as 100 firefighters on the scene. Denver Fire said the fire was completely out right around 2 o'clock this afternoon. The cause of the blaze has not yet been determined. Kim and Tom?
People impacted by that fire know they were impacted by the fire, the way it smelled and all that thick smoke.
It'll be interesting to see in the days and perhaps weeks going forward exactly what effect it had on a lot of people.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Denver's trash pickup has worked differently from its neighboring cities for a while. But after a vote last night, it's all changing in 2023. 9 News reporter Katie Eastman explains what's different, what's included, and how much it's going to cost.
Hold on.
It's not the prettiest part of Tara Tull's house.
Oh, look, dog poo.
But it just might be her proudest.
So here's my favorite cart of all that the city offers, and it's the compost cart. And so I can put all my food scraps in here, as well as all the yard waste. In the fall, when we're doing leaves, so much easier. I don't have a lot in because the city picked it up yesterday.
The retired professor has become a tireless advocate for the environment.
I have the time and energy.
When she got into sustainability, Tara learned Denver wasn't as green as she thought.
Currently, 50% of what's going into the landfill from Denver residents is compostable. It's the stuff that goes in this cart. Not only is that creating methane gas in the landfill, but it is also wasting this. It's like throwing black gold away.
A new program called Expanded Waste Collection Services that Denver City Council passed Monday night aims to change that.
And the city is now really moving in a totally new direction.
Come 2023, composting and recycling will be free for people who live in single-family homes and buildings with 7 units or fewer. Previously, people had to pay for those services, while trash was paid out of the city's general fund. Next year, people will pay for trash based on how much they throw away.
So I will go down to the smaller cart size. This, I believe, is the medium cart size.
Residents will pay $9 a month for a small trash cart, $13 for a medium one, and $21 a month for a large cart.
I've got banana peels, oranges, parts of strawberries, tea bags.
Tara hopes this will encourage people to pay less for a smaller trash cart and recycle and compost more. The city does have an instant rebate for low-income households.
This is the starting place. This is not the ending goal.
Pride in the little parts of life that can make a big difference. Katie Eastman, 9 News.
Come November, voters will get the chance to decide on the Waste No More ballot initiative that would require large apartment complexes and businesses to have recycling and compost services in Denver.
Taking a live look right now over downtown Denver, up into the 90s again today. Blue skies, puffy clouds, a pretty sight today. Kathy's with us now, and many people may have already forgotten that the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup on Sunday, and someone told me they're going to have a parade. It's later this week.
I've heard that too.
Do you have
I
any
doubt
idea when it
anyone
is?
forgot, though.
I don't know, a day or two? What do you think?
Yeah.
Thursday forecast, Thursday. And look at you guys in your purple. How about Chad Kuhl last night, quietly shutting out the Dodgers?
That's right. Oh my gosh, what a game.
Yeah.
And what a pitcher. I'm so excited about him. They only signed him to a 1-year deal, Tom. Tell me that's not going to last.
Well, it's a year can be a long time in certain places.
Right. And maybe here, yeah, that's true in certain places.
Oh, wow, that was a fun game. All right, so all eyes on Thursday because the Avalanche parade in the morning. It's looking dry for the morning with temperatures in the 80s, but afternoon thunderstorms, something to expect after about 2 o'clock on Thursday. Outside this day, we had a hot, dry day with lots of sunshine and temperatures in the low to mid 90s. Those clouds out there cutting the heat just a little bit, and we're tracking scattered showers over the higher terrain, but hard pressed to see those move into the metro area. 91 in Denver, 88 in Lamar, and cool 80s, low to mid 80s up over the higher terrain. Winds are out of the south and southeast right now, and not terribly gusty, but it's drying out the atmosphere. Humidity values down into the middle teens, and so tomorrow northeastern Colorado will go warmer and drier. Red flag warning, fire weather warning conditions for northeastern Colorado as the winds increase out of the southwest. Right now, all of the thunderstorm activity is up over the elevated terrain and western Colorado. That will be changing later in the week. That plume will shift east. Out on the plains, we're tracking a couple of storms with wind and lightning. Hard to get that rain on the ground here. Again, that's going to be changing for Thursday, Friday, and the weekend, so all eyes on areas north of Colorado for hail-producing thunderstorms this evening. We'll call it partly cloudy with a stray, quick-moving storm, little wind and lightning, and then skies clear. Tomorrow, a little better chance, so as we see a little more moisture coming off the foothills. Temperatures in the low 90s now will drop 10 degrees after sunset. And in Maine weather, we're going to talk about the warmest day of the week coming up tomorrow, record territory, high fire danger, and then a return to showers and thunderstorms the afternoon hours, you guys, something we haven't seen in a while for the end of the week, and then of course the holiday holiday weekend coming up.
All right, and with all that, while we enjoy the weather, we'll look forward to the parade, we continue to talk about fire danger. We'll get to Kathy's full forecast in a few minutes. But the Halligan fire that's burning in Larimer County has grown to about 150 acres, a little over a quarter square mile, currently burning uncontained 30 miles northwest of Fort Collins. It's just a few minutes ago that fire officials did update that, now saying it has 40% containment. They also say there aren't any buildings that are threatened by that fire right now. Larimer County is putting fire restrictions back into place, meaning no fireworks, no open burning in unincorporated areas of the county. Much of the Front Range now does have some kind of fire restriction in place. So if you are in fact planning to celebrate the 4th of July this weekend, don't bring any fireworks or plan for any big bonfires.
Arvada police say their officers shot and killed a man overnight. They say 40-year-old Isaiah Proctor stole a Ford F-550 tractor trailer just after 9 last night. Officers found him near 61st and Wadsworth about 20 minutes later. They shot him while he tried to drive away. Proctor died at the hospital. No officers were hurt in the incident. A Jefferson County Critical Incident Response Team will be investigating Arvada's use of force in the shooting. Arvada police are handling the criminal investigation.